Agent X20, report.
Oh, Titan, ruler of the underwater city of Titanica, I have just observed the testing of a new marine missile by the Terranians.
Of what use is this report to me, Agent X20?
The missile would be an invaluable asset in your war against Troy Tempest and Stingray.
How can we get the missile?
There will be another test tomorrow.
Very good. It will be attended to. I have long awaited a chance to gain revenge on Tempest.
Navy submarine moving into test position, sir.
Right, Lieutenant. Sound launch stations.
Here we go, folks. Tower from Stingray, ready for launch.
Clear to go, Stingray.
Okay, sir. Stand by for action. We are about to launch Stingray. Anything can happen in the next half hour.
we get through without getting knocked off? Awesome. Let's go. Hey everyone, I'm Lorenzo, and this is the Wednesday New Comic Book Day live stream. Welcome one, welcome all. We do this thing every week, if at all possible, and it is made possible by the Alternative City Shop. The Alternative City Shop is where you'll find comic books, t-shirts, and some one-of-a-kind artwork by yours truly. There are indie and superhero mystery boxes filled with comics from my collection. There are also pins and pocket mirrors made from images cut from superhero comic books. There is no YouTube sponsorships or Patreon for this show, so if you want to show your support, this is how you do it. Hey, thanks to everybody in the chat for being patient. This has been a bit of a trying day for us here at the old homestead, and thanks for sticking around. Thanks for everybody watching on the replay. You were checking in and don't know what I'm talking about, but still, thanks to you for coming in anyway. That was a surprise it got through with all that music, without getting some kind of a strike. That was Stingray, one of my favorite things ever done by Jerry Anderson. I think it's Gary Anderson, Jerry Anderson. I'm not sure. Gerry. Jerry Anderson. He's famous for doing all these. We call it super marionation or something. Some term he coined for it, where he's just all these things, built all these beautiful worlds. One was, the first one I ever remember was Supercar. That was like in black and white. That was when I was little. I thought that was the coolest shit ever. Oh my God, Supercar. It was like in, like maybe 1960, early 162, something like that. Then there was the Thunderbirds, which was probably the most popular one he had. That was in color, and they ran for a long time. My favorite is the one you just saw, which is Stingray. As Janet says in the chat, that she actually likes that. She humored me and watched those old Stingray things with me. We have the whole Stingray box set, actually. I have that. So if you can find that Stingray box set, I bet you can. Because Jerry Anderson has like his own website, so you can go to his website. There's Jerry Anderson on YouTube that has nothing but Stingray and all the stuff that he created. Great stuff. All that world building is just so fantastic, man. It's just, as a kid, before CGI and all of the fancy stuff, we just loved stuff like that, man. It was that Troy Tempest looks a lot like Jamie, maybe a puppet version of James Garner. And he, of course, his co-pilot is named Phones, and Stingray is this submarine of the future. And they find this girl, this mermaid girl named Marina, who Troy falls in love with, and yada, yada, yada. And it goes on and on. But it's just such fun stuff, such cool retro stuff for all us boomers and stuff like that. Oh, thanks for sticking around and watching all that stuff. So let's shout out this very patient chat. Thanks to all of y'all for sticking around and coming around and all that good stuff. Leading off is 80s guy. What's happening, 80s guy? Salute, my friend. Man, I'm a little low on fluids today, but I'm going to try to soldier through this whole thing. Low on fluids and everything else. Lovely Janet is here. Hello to everyone. Crazy ass Larry, but don't get it twisted. He's still the baddest DJ you've ever known. What's up, Larry? And of course, there's Space Case. What's up, sir? And TN Comics Plus, TN Comedy and TN Comics Plus. Don't get that shit twisted either. What's up, buddy? He'll be my co-host next week. Looking forward to that too. Phil was my co-host last week. I'm just blessed with some of the coolest co-hosts in the universe. And I think that's all for now. And there's Mojito. What's up, Mojito? Yeah, man, the puppeteer shows. I'm glad you remember that stuff too. If you can find the stuff on, I think YouTube has Supercar, at least Supercar available. You can watch that for free, I think. So you can look at that, and maybe Thunderbirds too. I'm not sure, but definitely for sure supercars on there. Hey, what you know? What you know about that? I know about this stuff, Willie. Believe me, believe you me. I know about it.
Don't do it, man. Not with that money.
Yeah, buddy. This is it's you and me, man. It's you and me from that area. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. That's why they loved it. That's why we all loved it. You know, you couldn't tell us that those puppets weren't real back when I was a kid, man. Oh, there's some funny looking people, man. And I finally saw the strings one day, like, oh, okay. Wasn't real bright as a kid, unfortunately, but there you go. All right, so man, I'm going to talk about real quick this thing, but I didn't have time today because I was falling behind. But there was this thing that happened with a Pokemon card. I don't know if any of y'all out there collect Pokemon cards or at least non-sports cards, or even sports cards. With PSA and this very incredibly rare Pokemon card. And PSA just like it was graded a 10 because I guess it had the old encapsulation, it had the old the old PSA slab, and the owner wanted to upgrade, and I think I'm gonna just get the new slab so I can split my 40. Well, I think it's like $40,000 or something like that. It's a very expensive card. Pokemon cards are expensive as fuck. I'm going to reholster, re-slab it, whatever the proper term of it is. And he sent it in the PSA, and PSA fucked his card up down to a 6, and they're swearing like, "Hey, it was like that when we got it, bro. We didn't do it, And then they're trying to offer him some kind of a settlement that involves a non-disclosure agreement. If you take this money, you can't say anything about it, and just a hush hush. Dude was having none of it, man. But I just bring it up because, like, what's up with PSA just coming out of course, they've been grading cards for years, but what's up with them just coming out of the blue and just leapfrogging CBCS like they're not even there? Like, everybody thought, oh, it's between PSA and CGC now, excuse me. CBCS has some of the best encapsulation in the comics grading industry, but we're just going to jump over them and put PSA right at number 2 with their very plain looking. I know they want to stay on brand with the red and white labels and all that, but they're very plain looking slab. Like, it looks like a giant card, and it's just not as nice as since CBCS upgraded their encapsulation. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm just. This must be nice to just step right in and be number 1/number 2 with CGC. But I just wanted to bring that up. I would have more props to show, but we were running a little bit late today. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, I wish I had more information on that story, but I guess the dude just trusted him implicitly. And it's like, it'll be okay. But yeah, the 80s guy, that's a great thing to do if you're going to be sending it in. Because don't trust these guys, man. I mean, they're just they really don't care about your stuff that much. Anyway, Thunderbirds are go. I mean, I wanted to play that one too, but it had so much music in it. I was afraid enough with all this music, with Stingray, like, oh, shit, hope this is not copyrighted. For all I know, the Marina Love song is like, somebody's property and something. They're still collecting royalties on it. I don't know. Just trying to get some shine on your product, folks. I see more cars than yeah, man, that's the idea. I mean, I have from PSA. I've only submitted to them once in my life. I have a bunch of their cars, but I never submitted except once. And my first time submitting, I think I had like a coupon, and it was like $20 off, $25 off. But basically, just one free card, graded. And I sent 5 cards in. They all came back 10s. I'm thinking about the old adage, the first hit is free. They get you like, ooh, all these 10s. I'll probably submit the next batch. It'll probably come like 6 5s. Brand new cards too, probably. But I haven't submitted since. But if I do submit anything that's valuable, I will definitely take take photos like 80s guys suggested. So, man. So, all right, so enough of that. So a lot of stuff that I picked up this week. I did not even plan to go anywhere today because there's torrential rain outside here in the PNW. I mean, it is coming down like crazy. It's cold again. So we all hunkered down. It's like water pooling in the streets and on the roads and stuff. But our special needs dog Izzy has been ill, and I had to go across town to the one decent vet. You know, they've all been bought up by venture capitalists. Don't get me started on that too. We had to cross many bridges and go many moons to get to the one decent vet, and even it's going downhill. And so I picked up some medicine for him since I'm going out. So pick up some of my comics. I'm out there, right? All right, so I'll stop by Gabby's first. Shout out to Gabby's. What I got from them. Oh yeah, this is them right here. And not only that, but I probably should do my comic shop. No, let's do this first. This is Gabby's stuff first. All right. Very organized. Pays to be organized, boys and girls. What do we got? From Busted, I'm still getting the absolutes. Not getting anything else but absolutes. Got the Superman, Absolute Superman, which I'm still pulling along with the other two absolutes. And Absolute Batman number 18, which apparently is the first appearance of Court of Owls, I want to say. Yeah, the Absolute Court of Owls in this one. It's going to be awesome. Or Absolute. And from the last book in last week's preview is The Other Half. Saw that on about the married couple who's get to switch jobs, or they're both detectives, but the one has to do the other's work or something like that. But it sounded like it was a pretty good book, so I picked it up. And this one here is the blow up book of the week. The blow up book of the week is going to be, what I can tell so far, is Tigress Island. So I was able to pick up Tigress Island. The last copy, I could have picked up the other. There was 3 copies left, and I picked up 2 out of 3 of them. I was close to being that guy, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it for somebody else. I picked up the A cover of a Tigress Island, and this is probably this B or C cover, all by the same interior artist too, who has initials for a name. PEPHK is the person's name, and the art looks pretty nice. So this is the second one. Both of these are going for more than cover price right now because, I don't know, market manipulation, don't you know? And from the old Danger Room, shout out Frank and Leaf and Chaz and all those guys. Ordain, having a time to bag them up because I'm running so late. Number 2, he was real light because it's made out of newsprint, I guess. It finally came out. It's been delayed for a couple of weeks. Hey, buddy. Hey, what are you doing here? What you doing up here? Oh, this is my counter. I'm just letting you use it. That's all there. And then I don't know why I bought this one, but there was a sign that said like, this is great. So I'm just easily manipulated, and I bought TMNT Journey number 7 for some reason. I like the cover. I mean, okay, I'm a cover sucker, and then plus I got a sign saying it's great. Oh, I got to buy this then, and it must be great. Clearly said it's great, right? One of those low information voters too. Oh yeah, I'll vote for that person. Sure, no problem. Here's all the books. Oh, okay. Got repeats here. That's the problem. That one. Oh yeah, I did find another Tigress Island over at Danger Room too. So I got a couple of copies of that one. I very well may flip one of those. Not gonna lie. Flipped a couple last week. I pay for these things somehow. I'll show you one of the things I gotta pay for in just a second. Seasons number 9, I want to say, is number 9. This is a very good book by Rick Remender from his Giant Generator imprint. And then there's Crownsville number 5 of 5. So now I'm gonna unstack them and read Crownsville 2 through 5 to see what happens with that. So I know it's gonna be good because it's from Rodney Bands. And there's my Batman from Danger Room. That's right. I'm still pulling 2 Batman. Batman is off the chain. Absolute Batman, that is. Dork number 2. I subbed to Dork, so this is number 2. This is the A cover. First one was, needless to say, was great. And it was a phenom because people kept paying a lot of money for it. This is Mark Spears Monsters, which is some amazing covers, including the one that's on the thumbnail with the clowns. But this one, how's it smell? Smell okay? This one is the 3D version. Ooh, boys and girls, it's 3D. It's moving. So it's going to be I don't know if the whole book is 3D, but at least the cover is 3D. So I wouldn't just give you glasses. They wouldn't just give you glasses just for the cover, I imagine, but maybe they would. Not sure. Not sure, but that's from Danger Room. And he just got a collection in. And I eyeball some of the stuff he gets from his collection sometimes, and I never get a chance to get them because I just like, they'll be there. They'll be there when I get back. You know? But this time I jumped on it. My monster cover had the Mad Hatter one is a very cool bunch of great covers with this issue. I mean, people talk about it, we get in the rut, but man, this issue has some banging covers. All of them. You know, the female one is very nice, and the 3D one, and that clown cover is dope as hell. What I found was a classic. Even though I'm not an X-Men, reader or anything like that, I know a key when I see one. And I saw this. I've been meaning to pick this up for a long time, and they're calling it a 7.5 at the old Danger Room, and I trust them because why shouldn't I? X-Men number 266, first true appearance, they say, of Gambit. It looks like it's in decent shape. There was some pressable defects on it, which at some point in time I may get it pressed if I ever decide to sell it or something like that. But for now, I'll just put it in the old stash because this is not going anywhere. This is one of those things that is going to be a key, and it's going to be worth whatever the going rate is for it, and it's never going to go like super down and super low. I don't know if it's hot right now. It hasn't been on Tom's list for a while, but I'm glad it's not, because I probably would have gotten a worse deal on this one. This was like around a hundo for this one. So this is a 7.5 for around a hundo. I think that's a good deal. But I'm like I said, it's going to fluctuate. yeah. I actually have his true first appearance, which is in that annual, which I can't remember the number, the X-Men annual, because he's in there like 3 or 4. I think he even has dialogue, but he's in there like several times, full body, doing stuff. But that's a cameo. Okay, all right. You can gaslight us if you want to. Let's call it a cameo. All right, that's a cameo then. All right. Don't knock my key book down there, Felix. Tripping around out there. All right, so that's it from the brick and mortar stores. Now, I got a bunch of stuff because my once a month, my comic shop thing came in, and man, that's just something that you don't. I would get it once a month because it's just too much to have it shipped more than once a month. Are you chewing wires back here? Don't do that, Felix. Come on, come up here and listen on my lap. He's a wire chewer sometimes. Hey, what up? What's up, Rude? Good to see you, my friend. And man, I can good to see you.
Smoke weed every day.
All right.
Weed every day.
I hate when it does that.
Weed every day.
3 times, because 3 is a magic number. Love that. All right, so stuff from my comic shop, you might say. In fact, I said it, so it must be true. First one is The Peril of the Brutal Dark, which is one of those Chris Condon, Jason, what's the kids? I mean, it was this there's 2 Phillips guys. One is the father, one's the son. Sean's the father. I think Jason is the son. Come on from back there. Start chewing through stuff and knock us off the air. But I think this is the Tula Lote cover. This looks way more like gumshoe, pulp detective-y than the A cover. A cover was nice too, but I like this one a lot. Must I like Tula Lotte's stuff. Over here. What are you doing back there? I don't trust you. He'd be so mischievous sometimes. You miss me. I've been gone all day. Smile for the camera. This is a couple of weeks ago, but I only get them once a month, so this is how it comes. A cover. Hannah Rose May. I had a chance to read that one yet. Oh, I don't think he's gonna fall off or anything, but let's just in case make sure it doesn't happen. The Thing on the Doorstep, which is an adaptation of what's his name? The guy Lovecraft, H.P. Lovecraft. Yes. I'm well versed in the classics. Don't you know? And Night City, which I'm anxious to read, but I've heard this was very good, but I haven't had a chance to read it just yet. It's another Matt Kent joint. Matt Kent's writing it. It's probably good. And this, I'll buy that for $1. That's a line from one of your favorite movies, I'll bet you. A shiny nickel, you can figure out which one that is. Spider-Boy #1. $1 with the Fantastic Four. It was a Spider-Man 1 homage, I want to say what this is. Yeah. For $1, couldn't turn it down. You know. Hey, Phil, what's up, my buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, Matt Kent for shizzle. Okay. Murder Drones. For some reason, I bought the B cover and not the A cover. And the A cover is the one that's probably most popular, but it's I see it going for like double cover price or something like that. This is, I think, was a web series, and now is you probably know about that, Thomas. You like stuff like that, I think. If you would know, you're into it super deeply, and I know you know your stuff on it. And another one is the what is it? The Crooked Glasses variant, which this is one I really wanted. This is the one I liked this one a lot. This was also going for a premium. Also, haven't had a chance to read either one of them yet though, because they just came in yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Forget what. Either way, I haven't had time to read it. They just hit my house, literally. Guy threw them at me. Mercy Sparks is inside another bag. Mercy Sparks, which I don't know much about other than this kind of like a cheesecakey kind of a devil of a thing. But the reason I bought this one, number 3 of 3, is because it's a Svita Subina is doing the cover. Svita Subina, I think that's how you pronounce her name. And she is known for doing all these, like, retro women and things like that. So bought that one. It looked better when they put the trade dress on it. I thought it was gonna be a virgin actually, but what are you gonna do? It's open order, so it's not gonna be that much. This is actually there's 2 of these. One of them is I don't have that one. This is the Archie in Space. This is like a retro Sam Schwartz cover of not chrome but foil Sam Schwartz cover. I'll think of the name of the book for real in a minute, but I just don't have it. This is the one. Oh, I have it. This is a What's Good. I think this might be a What's Good too. I I did actually flip one of these because I got one at the store, and you get a chance, why not? This is the A cover of the Florida Hippopotamus Cocaine Massacre #1. This is crazy. This is I'll talk about it later. It's a wacky book. I mean, it's not gonna, looking for like something that's deep, something like that. I mean, you're looking for something that's totally fun, totally just like off the chain and just action and over the top humor. This is it. And this is the Mirka and Dolfo B cover, which I was looking for. Couldn't find it anywhere else, but luckily my comic shop. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Roscoe does, yeah. Yeah, Roscoe, I can see how Roscoe loves fun books too. So yes, as do I. As do I. But some people think, oh, that was just silliness. Well, we're reading funny books. People lighten up, Everything can't be like, Hamlet. All right, this is a Batman, Absolute Batman #17, the Eric Canete cover, which I thought was interesting. I mean, this is the Poison Ivy, I think, first appearance, perhaps, #17. I like this cover because it's just like, I thought it might be a thing, but maybe it's just too gross for some people. It's just Canete's art is just kind of a lot there. Hark, hark, hashtag hark, hark, a vagrant. Wow, Bob, wow. Says David Lynch. On down that list, getting to the bottom of it here. Oh, here's the Chrome version of End of Life #1. The Gerald Perel is the artist on this. This is the A cover, but it's without the Chrome, without the trade dress up with the little Vertigo thing there. And the Vertigo thing, I didn't really notice it. It's just minimal trade dress. I wouldn't call it a virgin. It's minimal trade dress. Still looks good. Still looks good. A lot of stuff. I say hi to Mike the Bradley. What's up, Mike? I did. I'm saying it again. What's up, Mike? Mike's worth a couple of highs. And Callie, what up, Callie? Good to see you too. All right, who is this? Oh, wow. This is Exquisite Corpses #10. Who is this? This is the Raoul Allen stealth variant. There's a stealth variant every issue. And this is the one for #10. A different artist does it every time. I sometimes just, they don't have the artwork for it, I'll just pre-order it, and you know what? I'll take my chances because it's usually pretty awesome. Here we go. Oh yeah, here's Martian Manhunter #9. Dan Hip, another one of my cover crushes. Dan Hip does a cover, much like Jenny Frizen or David Nakayama. I'm always picking up their covers if I can. A lot of stuff. Oh yeah, here's #9. Also, this is, who is this? Oh, this is Warner Deledra from SIKTC and that world. So, and it's got this parchment-like cover. It's not just tone. It looks, I don't know if the actual, I didn't feel it, but it looks like it's actually made from parchment, but it's probably just the printing process that makes it look that way. I bet that's what it is. Ian Bertram feel. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, for sure. Just halfway through. All right. Oh yeah. This, I got the Ryan Otley cover, and here is the Todd McFarlane cover, which is the one I guess most people were after. Is this one for the Marvel Team Up reprint of Invincible meets Spidey, and it's cool that at the bottom corner right here he says Spidey gives a shout out to Todd, like, "Hey Todd, thanks for making my eyes so big. Appreciate you." Little thing. So just a little humor there. It's good. I love when people do little lighthearted stuff like that. Some people take comics way too seriously. Oh, what's that now? Hey, Lorenzo, it says, Dodora. What's up, Dodora? You won't believe it. I got my signed copy of City of Demons today. Good for you, man. Man, that's all right. Someone else said they were going to ask for one too. I forgot who it was, but man, that's great. Heck, man, this Parker's going places too. Man, hang on to that, man. You might that's might be worth something even more so than what it is now. This is the one I was talking. This goes with the other Chrome cover, the Archie and Friends Space Adventures. This is Dan Parent doing the art. I don't know what it is about it. And Archie books, a lot of them hold their value too, because they have low print runs and they got a loyal fan base. And a lot of the covers, man, once again, my cover Jones, I just have to get the cover if I like it. And it's funny. It's not a horrible book, not a horror book. It's a funny book. Yeah, this is cool. This is like this kind of style, this kind of bright colors and stuff. Love that kind of stuff. Sells in a magic bag. You know about a magic bag, don't you, Felix? This is, again, the cover Jones thing is Harley Quinn, number 59. This is by Eniak Lee, which I believe in this issue, Harley becomes two different personalities, where one of them is a bad Harley and one of them is a good crime-fighting Harley. So I think this is the one or the other. I'm not going to say which one it is, but this is one of her personas, new personas right here, and this is Eniak Lee doing this one. I said, not reading the book, just buying the cheesecake covers. That's what I do. For some books, not all of them. And here's the other one. This is from my guy DNA, David Nakayama. This is the Sexy Noise cover. I don't think that's one of her personas unless she's gone completely nutso and she has multiple personalities like Sybil. Yeah, I mean, plus I guess the hat is necessary, otherwise you wouldn't know she's a nurse. But confidentially, nurses probably stopped wearing hats like this probably, I don't know, 20 years ago, easily. Hello, nice. I don't feel so well. And this is the center holes, the center HOLDS, which I thought would be bigger. I really thought it would be a bigger thing. It was a cool book when I read it. It wasn't bad. The art was nice. This is the 1 in 10. This was like about, I think maybe $3.99. Not even kidding. It's like less than cover price for this this 1 in 10 copy here, so I had to get that one. And, oh my God, another dollar book. This one is remember this from a couple years ago, from 2023. This is The Exiled. This is Wesley Snipes. Did Wesley write this, or is he? I forget. But he has something to do with this, the production of this. I forget what it was, but Wesley has something to do with this. So $1. You know, I've been like really proud of the fact that the last few FOCs I haven't been ordering that much, especially at the beginning of the year, like around the end of December, beginning of February, of January. Like, wow, my FOC is like about $15. That's great. Like $3 or $4 or $5. Lately, either I've just been like a big sucker, or there's been like a lot of really good that seem like they're gonna be good books coming out or in the near future. And I guess witnessed by all the things blowing up, like this week with the Tigress Planet, last week and the week before with Dork and all the other stuff. A lot of good indie stuff is coming out here now. So I guess it's time to spend more money. I don't know. And Another book that not super into, but DC KO number 4. I am really into Daniel Warren Johnson, and his character. He's really into wrestling too. He has a lot of wrestling books that he produces himself. That you can go to his table if you see him at a show. He's probably got a lot of those like little ash cans or wrestling books and things like that. He really does that well, and he has a love for that. So this is a cover of his, and it's totally worth it, no matter what. No matter what. Coming down the list here. Save that one for later. This is the center holes. The center holes. This is the FOC variant, and this is almost like this one. I don't know why I bought it because FOC variants are sometimes buy blind. It's like, oh, FOC variant probably going to be something cool, and it's okay, but it wasn't that great. I agree, Willie. It's time once again for indies to shine, and I'm here for it, as are you. And many of y'all in the audience are also here for it. I know that's right. Oh, this is Immortal Legends Batman, number 6. Gosh, who is the Danielle Denuccio, I want to say. I hope I don't mess her name up too bad. But there was a Superman cover similar to this a few weeks ago. If y'all remember that Superman cover, it was kind of like this. I thought this is super cool. I just liked it. I mean, I don't know what it says in Japanese there, but it definitely looks cool as hell. All right, and the penultimate one here is going to be Batman and Robin number 30, and only because it's a Brian Boland variant from the Killing Joke. The cover artist for the Killing Joke, I should say, Brian Boland. Every time he does a cover, I have to get it. And this is like the gangster, little fake gangster and the ventriloquist. I forget his name. I'm a real Batman fan. I can't remember the guy's name, but yeah, you know who it is. Y'all know who it is. The very last. Oh no, that's 2 more. Hannah and the Hells. Hannah and the Hells versus the Beatles. Anybody who knows about this, shout it out in the chat, because I read the description when I saw it, and I thought, like, okay, that sounds good, but I haven't a chance to finish reading it yet, so I don't know what it's about. But it's a larger size book, and it's black and white. It's I gotta open it here now. It's got very, very indie feel. Oh, there's some boobs. Oh, I'll get knocked off the air. There's boobs. But it looks like it's an adult book, and it's from Floating World Comics. So Floating World Comics, instant pull. Instant pull. You don't? Okay. But I bet you'd be interested in it, though. You get that curious nature like I do about stuff like this. And the last one, the second key that I bought, this was from my comic shop, not from my buddy Frank at the Danger Room. This one is it's on the downside now, which is why I bought it. And my comic shop is good for having some good deals on books. Their grading is on point, and they grade this one as an 8.0. It's 8.0. The only reason for that, I think, to me, is it presents very well, but both corners on the back spine, like at the top and the bottom, show a little bit of rounding and some wear, but I couldn't find anything else that knocks it down. And I bet this is probably graded as a 9 if you sent it in. My guess would be. And that is Star Wars Heir to the Empire #1, which is the first appearance of Thrawn, of Grand Master Thrawn, whatever the hell they call him. Thrawn, the evil bad guy in that book. This book was like hundreds of dollars at one point. Like may have been around the pandemic. It may have peaked. All the Star Wars books were just going crazy, like post-pandemic and around that area. But now, I mean, I think Thrum's going to be around for a while, and most of the thank you, sir, and most of the Star Wars books are now is the time to buy Star Wars books. I mean, I think that this is one of the coldest eras that Star Wars ever gone through. I mean, you can get those classic Marvels or the ones like this that come from Dark Horse or whatever. You can find Star Wars book for a good price, man, and you probably can if you look hard enough. People are just trying to get rid of them right now because they're kind of cold and they're not selling like they should. So, oh man, it started a little late, but I guess there was a lot of stuff. That was a lot of stuff, and I've got more because that's what's good coming up. Coming up next, what's this one here? Dora. I want the one with the first appearance of Ahsoka. Oh yeah, that Ahsoka. I forget which one that is, but yeah, I think that was a good time to get that one too. More. Yeah, actually, that's all the ones that aren't in What's Good. So I take care of that by just starting up the What's Good. So let's do that right now. Yes. All right. I want to start with here. So much. First thing, I was going to read this, but turns out not a lot to read. And that thing is from Robert Kirkman and a bunch of other good creators, Joe Casey, Andy Kubert, David Finch, and Art Adams. Is this ash can for Terminal? Terminal is their new thing they got coming out, I guess, in a month or two. And this is, I know, Phil, is not ash can size, but to be fair, it is definitely ash can inside because it's black and white, and it's just basically shows off the artwork of all these three really great artists. A quick peek at that is who starts off first? Adam Kubert, Andy. I get him and his brother mixed up. Very different men. Andy Kubert's artwork in the beginning of the book, as well as the wraparound cover. You can see there, very, very cool stuff. So Andy's showcases his skills. There's not a word of dialogue in here. I'm thinking, okay, well, they would give us like a little bit of a sample. So I have no idea how to judge the story whatsoever. But I assume it's going to be good because, Kirkman and Casey are writing it. So let's just say it is. Next artist is going to be, you can see like the comparison of Kubert and Finch on the left and the right there. You can see they're different contrasting styles. Both very intense artists. Very differently. And this double page spread by Finch is just blowing me away here. I mean, it would take me a year to draw this. My God, this is just so effing cool, man. And motorcycles, I hate drawing motorcycles. Everybody's got the thing they hate the most drawing, and the motorcycle is probably one to be at the top of the list of things that I hate to draw. You see me drawing a motorcycle, I'm going to fudge it like you wouldn't believe. I'm like, well, let's just indicate it here and have some shadow there. There's more Finch art. And then there's Art Adams jumps in, and you can see you can just see the art styles just change because they're all so very unique and so very different. Art Adams, I believe, is self-trained. I don't know about the other. I'm pretty sure the other two guys were formally trained, but Art Adams' work is amazing for a person that taught himself how to do this. The last page is just more stuff by Art Adams, and in the back matter, Kirkman breaks down what this is about. What this is, he says, is a downward full-size ash can. I can see you wearing carry your picket sign outside the comic shops, downward full-size ash cans. What this is, according to Robert Kirkman, and Joe Casey is going to be writing it with him, this is their love letter to the X books of the 90s. His favorite runs were, I think, was Extinction Agenda, Executioner's Song, The Age of Apocalypse, and Onslaught. If you love that kind of stuff, he said this is going to be kind of like that, but better. It's going to be better because I'm doing it, right? It's going to be better than that. So it'll be like a person who loves that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm not a big X person, but I know that those are huge events, and I've seen the artwork from those eras, and it looks a lot like this. And if it's like that, only with without having to suffer the restraints that Marvel puts on its creators, it's going to be better. It's probably going to be better. So I'm going to definitely give it a chance when it comes out. So not much to go on other than just the artwork, but the artwork is phenomenal. And I got no reason to believe that why the writing won't be, when they finally started writing it, not just putting out picture books, that it won't also be nice. So Terminal number 1 is definitely good, but I won't know how the story is until it comes out. So look for it in a couple of months at your LCS, however you acquire your comical type books. All right, first one that actually has a story that I want to talk about is another hot book from a few weeks ago. God bless all the hot books that are coming out, called Narco. And this one is the Invincible tribute. You can see all the Invincible characters up there. I think isn't that like Duplicate? Sky Point Duplicate. You know what happened there? Then there's some other characters from they named them. I think they put them. In case you didn't know who they were, they identified all those characters, but you know who they are. And there's also these characters from Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard's world here too. It's like the girl from up in the corner there doing the flying stab. she's from I Was a Art School Serial Killer. Then this the person here was from Plush. And then there's who is that? The guy Walter with the axe from Vinyl, my favorite that they've done so far. And of course, this guy right here who is in this book, Narco. Which brings us to this book, Narco, which is about a dude who's a narcoleptic, as you may have heard. And he has this way of just like falling asleep at the worst possible times. Like for instance, when there's a murder. Okay, that's a very bad time to fall asleep for many, many reasons. And he starts out when he's just like, he has an alert, like a timer or something that lets him know, I guess, when his blood pressure drops or something, his heartbeat drops. And he knows when he's about to drop off into a narcoleptic episode. And something, he's at the park, he's like, he sees a possum in the park and he freaks out for some reason, like, possum ain't gonna hurt you, bro. We see them all the time in the yard. You stay away from them, they'll stay away from you. But he passes out from seeing the possum. He wakes up later on, possum's still there, and possum's eating his Pop-Tarts. He has a thing for Pop-Tarts. This guy, he doesn't love himself. He says, why he eats Pop-Tarts? Pop-Tarts are not food. Pop-Tarts are a treat, or like a dessert or something like that. But anyway, he's meeting his friends at the restaurant too, and he has a crush on this waitress who's always the waitress for them. And she's a very nice girl. She knows all their orders and their names by heart. She's a very nice girl. So of course she's going to be the murder victim. So he was too shy to ask her out. So she ends up asking to come over and cook for him. So I'm going to come over and cook for you. And it's going to be a nice time, a nice innocent time. But it turns out she has a asshole boyfriend who is violent and follows her to his restaurant, to his home. And there's a whole thing there where he passes out, and it's just a bad thing. And she comes back later on Well, you know what? Let's just make another date for it. And it turns deadly and bloody. And as you might imagine, it doesn't really go into a lot because this is just a setup issue. But I can see that this is a lot of good possibilities here. But the first issue is always a little bit light on information. I mean, it sets you up with some stuff you already know which, because pretty much all that I've talked about has been in the description. So there's nothing new that I learned in this issue other than that, okay, I'll give it another try. And I love these creators anyway. So I'm absolutely going to pick up issue number 2 to see what happens afterwards and see what this our Pop-Tart eating narcoleptic murder suspect end up in this whole thing. So Narco number 1. Some people might think it's not worth that exorbitant price it was going for. Not really, like maybe like triple price for a cover, maybe $15-20 maybe. But you can wait a while, it'll come down. It'll probably do a second printing, it'll be out in a little while. So I wouldn't pay a lot for it right now, but I would wait for it to come out with the second printing. All right. Next on the countdown is The House of Lowther. Another one of these books that's been you can't find in the stores. I mean, I didn't see this. I think Gabby sold out of the few that they had, and Danger Room never even got these. So House of Lowther is very hard to find. In fact, I don't even the art. In fact, it's written by this kind of an up and coming. I'm going to say up and coming because it's very nicely done. The art and the story is by K. Lynn Smith. And this, I think it's the A cover. There's another cover also with another character on it, which I did not order. This is about a young lady who is, she's, I think it takes place, it doesn't say what year, but it looks like it's maybe the late 1800s, early 1900s or something like that. And she's answering an ad for a housekeeper. So she's joining a staff that work at this place called the House of Lowther, which is, as you might imagine, the estate of a man who is no longer around, the late Bernard J. Lowther. Here's this photo, there's this portrait right here on the wall. She's coming in and she's being like shown the way, shown around the mansion by the head mistress, and she's a very terse, short woman, not short stature, but short with her manners. And she's saying, well, we don't dally around here. We expect you to work. We expect you to sign this agreement here to not talk, like kind of like an NDA. You know, if you want the job, you're gonna end up signing this this contract here. So, girl, she needs the job, so she signs it, and then she takes her around to her room, and it's this very minimal, Spartan room with just one uniform and one little twin bed. This is your your domicile that you're gonna stay in here. So she's like scrubbing the floor on her hands and knees, and one day she sees like this this dog that looks like it's like an anthropomorphic dog, like it's a human, and the other people say like, well, that's what goes on here, and you got to keep that a secret because this is a kind of like not I guess you could call it a place of safety for them. It's a retreat for these people who are like this. She thought she was going to like some kind of I don't know, maybe like an asylum or something, but it's filled with these kind of these creatures who are like people, but it's like cartoon people come to life. So okay, all right, I need the job, so I'm going to go ahead and deal with that. And what happens is, at the end of the story, in this first issue, I should say, she reluctantly agrees to like, okay, well, I won't flee this place. Like I'm just for the first time seeing animals, walking around like people, but I'm cool with it, because hey, without that, you wouldn't have a story, right? So this is something that I can see it's almost all ages too, because there's nothing really like controversial in here. There's nothing too adult oriented in here, but it's one of those another fun books, man. I mean, I think fun is making a comeback, and you can see by the art style it is heavily influenced by manga and anime and all that. And Kaylin Smith is very good at this, and it's clearly most likely done on a digital basis, but it's very good. I mean, just because it's done digitally doesn't mean it's not good. So, I mean, and they're very good at their job as far as conveying that feeling. So, fun stuff, man. Fun is making a comeback in the House of Lawler. Hard to find, but worth it if you find it. This kind of looks like an excellent. You would go to like an artist alley at a convention. You would see somebody with this book. It's like, oh, that's amazing. It looks like it was maybe self-published, but it says the AMP Publishing. So I guess that AMP is a publisher, small press publisher, I guess. But this, my guess would be, if I had to guess, it probably is something that they worked on for a while, and they got a publisher, and now they're getting some attention to their product. So yeah, House of Lawler, definitely one you should check out. Next on the list, this is one I had to be talked into. It didn't take much persuasion though. By Frank at Danger Room. He just put it on my stack and said, "Okay, here it is." You know, okay, I guess I'll buy it because you're suggesting it to me because I trust you, man. And that one is from I think this is from the Mike Mignola universe over at Dark Horse. Tales from Lands Unknown. The Skinless Man. The Skinless Man, and it's done, created by story and art by Ben Stenbeck, and everything, well, no, I should say no, colors by Dave Stewart, and letters by Clem Robbins. I think Mr. Stenbeck does both of the covers, the A and the B cover. There's this dude that's like, this is a lot of books I've read lately, a lot of anamorphic animals in it, and it's a no exception. There's this cat that's a traveler. It's one of the most coolest illustrations I've seen of like a witch's house down there on the far corner there. It's like, man, that house is teetering on the edge, but it looks cool as hell the way they portray it. Watch that first step coming out the front door, right? But it's very cool. So he's traveling. He's got his little, he's talking, he's riding a wolf that talks, and he has a rabbit that also talks, who is traveling in his coat, inside of his coat. So him, this rabbit, and his wolf come inside, and the witch welcomes them to her domicile, and she's sitting around in a bathrobe, at the fire, like a typical witch on a cold wintry night. And the rabbit says, "Hey, why don't you tell us a story, Granny? To tell us a story about stuff." She starts spinning this tale about this man who was known as the Skinless Man, who lived in this realm, and he wanted to, I guess, well, among other things, he wanted to have skin at some point, but he also was a robber, and he was just like this pirate like dude, and he just compiled this fortune of booty and things like that he would steal. And one of the things that he came across was this baby, and this baby had the softest skin that you've ever seen, and it's kind of ghoulish, but he wanted to let the baby grow so he could take the baby's skin for himself or some shit like that. So he didn't kill the baby, but he was raising the baby. Little does this baby know that as soon as he gets big enough, I'll be wearing your skin. So for some reason, he runs into these warlocks, and these warlocks, as the storyteller, the witch says, are not to be trusted. Now, see, these warlocks were 6 brothers, fools as warlocks often are, and dangerous as fools often are. I thought that was a very, very true statement there. And the warlocks start plotting, against the Skinless Man, because he's kind of gullible, He's like as many arrogant people tend to be. And the skinless man goes off, leaves the baby behind, and goes off on this mission, to conquer more lands or whatever. And he leaves the baby, I guess, under the care of the warlocks. And of course, once he returns from his mission, he returns with this big gentle giant who's like, it's a cool dude, just like this big dumb dude, just like big and strong, but he's a little giant. He's little for a giant, but big for a man. So he returns with this, with this giant, and he gets people say, "Hey, dude, you messed up because all the warlocks, they ripped us off. They took the kid. What are you gonna do now?" So they just ruin everything as far as his plans go. They run into this creature, which is a Kimbatu, just kind of like a werewolf of sorts. I guess maybe that's what Kimbatu means in that language. And he handles that, but he still got to figure out a way to get his baby slash future skin back. And what's so cool about this story, other than just the weirdness of it, if it's kind of like it's kind of brutal and barbaric, as you might think, but the art of Ben Stenbeck is just amazing. I mean, that's what got me with the previous thing that I saw him do, which was Our Bones Dust, which I think was one of my favorite books of year before last, of 2024. So I'm it's only a 2-issue series too. So and they're both from Dark Horse, $4.99. Yeah, I would definitely get the second one of this. I gotta see what happens now, with the baby and the old witch and the talking rabbit and all that jazz. So yeah, I would I recommend that one too. It does sound crazy, but I did like it. You'll see if I like it as much as Our Bones Dust, but stick around for it. All right. One more book. And story time is over. All right. Lands Unknown. Parts Unknown. Head off for Parts Unknown. All right, so the last book is another hot one, which I could not find anywhere, but luckily I had pre-ordered one copy of this from my comic shop. So Nectar number one from Vault Comics. Shout out to Vault. Damn it. Not dead yet. We're still kicking, and we got great books coming out. Respect and props to you, Vault, because it's a tough world out there, and it's even tougher for indie comic book publishers. So Nectar number one, it is from Jeremy Robinson, is the writer and creator also. I think who does does Jeremy do the? Oh no, Anna Paola Martinello is the artist, and the layouts are done by Francesco Franchini. So that's two different people for that. And the colorist is Steve Cannon, and lettered by Jim Campbell. Beautiful book. Beautiful freaking book, man. It's as you might gather from just the cover alone, is phenomenal. I think there's like a 1 in 25 is going for crazy, crazy, crazy amounts. And it starts in Salem, Massachusetts in 1837. There's I think a witchy connection because it's being in Salem. So there's just like there's this thing called I know the term dead ringer. Dead ringer came from the fact that they used to have like these bells that were attached to a string, and people would be like already buried, and there'd be a string in the coffin. So in case that they wake up, they could ring the bell, and somebody would come and get them out. That's the term dead ringer. Well, there was a dead ringer in this cemetery, and I guess the cemetery attendant, like, holy shit, somebody's actually ringing the bell. I thought that would never happen. And he jumps up and he opens up this coffin, and it's he thought the woman would be alive, but it's just like the witch, I guess, who was buried years ago. Her body's in there, but she's clearly not alive. But all of a sudden, these butterflies, these luminescent butterflies, just a horde of them just escapes. And the butterflies go everywhere. They're just like all over the place. So this place is called Misery Island. 3 days later, and there's this this doctor. This doctor is what is his name? Dr. Amos. Dr. Amos is a handsome young doctor in town. He's an eligible bachelor as well, and he's trying to get with this young lady when some kids come in and just totally block him. He's like, "Oh, doctor, like, damn, I'll see you later, Missy." So the doctor's like, "Okay, well, what's going on?" As it turns out, one of the little girls has been bitten by one of these butterflies. And he was like, "Butterflies don't bite." Like, "That's what I told her." So a little friend is saying, like, "Okay." But clearly, these butterflies are beautiful. They're gorgeous, as you can see, but they don't look like any other butterfly that anyone's ever seen. And it turns out the doc has got like a collection of butterflies. There's more of them that's flying around there. He has a collection of, what are the odds that he's a butterfly collector as well as a handsome young doctor. But he has a collection of butterflies, and he is comparing them to all the ones in his collection. Like, this doesn't add up. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here. I mean, this is like no butterfly I've ever seen before in my life. And it's still okay. Well, all right. Well, I'll patch up the little girl and get back to my cutie I was trying to push up on soon after I patch her up. And then there's like this big hunk of a man chopping wood, and the butterflies come up on him too. So it's not a good situation either way. So it looks like there's a lot of foreshadowing is what the butterflies are going to be doing. Clearly, these are not your typical butterflies, and my guess is they have something to do with the witch whose grave they came out of, obviously, and this may be her revenge or something like that. So, and I like the other books before. This just foreshadows that too. So there's not a whole lot revealed. That would be surprising. I couldn't really give any spoilers because there's not a lot to spoil in here. But the artwork is fantastic and the setup is good also. So this is another book I would say that once it's all said and done, it's going to be worth that money you paid for it, because this wasn't too much. It was like maybe it peaked out maybe at $20. And it's probably come down now too. So I'm probably a second printing is on its way. Nectar is going to be good, I think, as well as the other ones I looked at here. I didn't look at the hippopotamus thing, but maybe that'll be next week. We'll talk about that next week. But it was fun. I had like so much fun reading all these fun books this week, and I didn't have to pay more than the cover price for them. And man, that's it. That's all I got. That's what's good for this week. Thank you very much. Yay! Nectar. Fun fact, says the lovely Janet, a big group of butterflies is commonly called a kaleidoscope. Other terms that can be used include swarm, flight, or cluster. I did not know that. So you would call, as in you would call a company of wolves, you would call them a kaleidoscope of butterflies, or a murder of crows. I love what you call those things, but I love those that terminology that people have for that. It's like there's one for everything too. There's like one for every creature I think imaginable. So yeah, I do like that a lot. All right, what's coming up next week on the old preview? This is where I start to freeze because I'm going to be clicking on and off. So don't be alarmed. I know I'm freezing. Not literally, but yes, it is cool. Cool, man. All right, so on my list, it's like Absolute Flash, only one absolute book at the top. What? Even Flash is number one, the most ordered book. Absolute Universe can do no wrong. Can do no wrong whatsoever. They're just killing it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. My man. Battle Beast. And I'm sorry, do it properly. Invincible Universe Battle Beast. Because you look for it under B, you won't find it. Battle Beast continues his quest to find the one being who can defeat him in battle and end his life. But the Vitrilamites, the Vitrilamites are looming, and those are but Invincible is part Vitrilamites, and his old man is full Vitrilamites. So it's those Vitrilamites ain't nothing nice. Those are like the Superman of the universe, only more like not altruistic at all, but absolutely, brutal. Oh, it's a Todd McFarlane B cover. I may have ordered that one. I hope I get that one. It's always good for good covers from Battle Beast. Ryan Otley. And this is the Invincible month. This Adam Eve looks like. That's a great name. I love that name. It's probably my favorite name from that whole show. Duplicate is good too. Adam Eve. Adam Eve's the best. And Lisa Leone, cover artist. What is this? Big Time Collectibles, MegaCon Orlando. Also, it's a con exclusive. Miko Suwan. I think that's how you say that name. I could be wrong. Those reflection covers are pretty amazing. Yeah, that's gonna run you a few dollars there. I'm pretty sure a print run of 500. Big Time Collectibles. Very cool though. Very cool. And is there any other good ones here? Oh, here's one. PCB Hobby. Matthew Waite. Virgin variant. Huh. All right. Here's a Sweet Deeves. Capture Collectibles. MegaCon Orlando variant. Yeah, those con exclusives are nice, some of them, but I would be very, very, very careful about paying a lot for those con exclusives because they're very flexible. They fluctuate a lot. I learned the hard way back when I was first just getting back into comics recently. Most recently, I should say, after the pandemic. It's like I paid too much for this Venom con variant. It's like, oh God, it's like worth a fraction of what I paid for it now. All right, coming down the list. No, this is an indie comics. I just can't pass up Lobo. I was gonna say this is an indie comics, as you all know, but sometimes I do dip into the mainstream, and with the DC stuff, next level. It's next level, y'all. It's like we're here, they're there. Okay, it's just moving right on up. Scotty Young and Jorge Corona take the main man to the next level. Vroom, the main man's back, baby. And his ride is a motorcycle that moves at the speed of sound, but only if that sound is a ripping guitar solo. You better hop on before it leaves you in the dust with all the bastages he's fragged for money or convenience. The Eisner-nominated creative team that brought you a fantastic parable of adolescence in the Midwest. The story of an artist who embraces the darkness a little too closely, and the tale of a gunslinger who, with too much grit to stay buried, brings you a classic yarn spun in the star-kissed threads of the cosmic DC universe. Man, that's a mouthful. It's a gut-soaked path from DCKO to the end of the universe, where Lobo is going to scratch his name and number in the source wall with a cool knife. Not a lame knife. It's going to be a cool knife. Don't miss the mayhem, special guests, or tasty, tasty continuity. Don't you do it. Don't do it. And you can see the creative team of Scotty Young, Jorge Corona, Jean-Francois Bellou, and Nate Picos. And this particular A cover is Jorge Corona, which how can you argue with that? Jorge Corona is amazing. Liber Mayo has a variant here. Kuyong Yom. Oh, did I miss this one? I may have. I think I did. I hope I didn't. I should say. I hope I did. This is because Corona's doing a bunch of covers in the near future, and this is one of them. He's doing a whole series, and I want to get all of those. I love the work he did on these here. Yeah, I hope I can find this. If not, I'll find it somewhere. The 125 Juan Fiera variant, which you may have seen before. Lobo's definitely not one that believes in teeth whitening. All right. Yeah. So there's Scotty Young web store. Available only on this web store. Oh, Scotty Young just killing it right now, man. Living his best life. All right. So a lot of love for that, as you might imagine. Yep. Yeah. We'll see how Scotty handles Lobo. I have no doubt that it'll be just great. Just great. But what I really wanted to take a look at was this one right here. And that would be Batwoman. Because of, I think, the creative team. Plus the fact that Batwoman is just a cool character that's been neglected. They had a whole Batwoman show that they just scrapped without even giving us a chance to see it, which pisses me off. Yeah, these guys. Logo covers are cool. These Batwoman covers are pretty awesome too. All right, Eisner Award winner Greg Rucka. I think it's Rucka. I've been calling him Rucka for years. I've been wrong as usual. Visionary artist Danny. Yeah, Danny is the interior artist on here and the cover artist on issue number 1, at least on the A cover. Batwoman, daughter, sister, soldier, hero. But since she was 10 years old, Kate Kane has lived in the shadow of a prophecy and the machinations of a religion devoted to the end of all things. How do you fight the devil when the devil is real? And how do you win? Acclaimed writer and co-creator of the modern Batwoman, Greg Rucka, returns to the story of Kate Kane alongside visionary artist Danny for a DC Next Level series that will redefine Batwoman and her mission for a new generation. Your lift to God's ears. Greg Rucka and Danny, Matt Hollingsworth, Hassan Aswani Allahu, and some good covers like from Stepan Sajic. I'll attempt it, but the art is very, very cool here. That's cool. That's a big cover. Then there's a Stanley Art Germ Allow. It's a little different. It's more 2D than Allow Your Art Germ work, but still smoking. He decided to go the 2D route, and it looks good. Yeah, it's very cool. And he's got the foil variant. Of course, it's the same thing with just less trade dress, minimal trade dress. And the one that I'm pretty sure that I've ordered, if not, like I said, this is Corona is doing a series where he does his take on all the characters, and this is one of them. This is one of them. I sometimes I just like that. What was that? Hello? By the way, it's raining like crazy out here, and so the lights go out. If our sun just lose power, that's what happened. The lights went out. So I didn't hang up on you. I didn't pull something. I didn't pull the plug like I sometimes do, but the lights went out. And this is the Joshua Swaby 125. Very cool. Well, once again, got women wearing high heels, climbing buildings and shit, but hey, don't worry, I'll do it. Batman doesn't wear high heels and he climbs a building. This was the Jams Fortress Comics MegaCon Ariel Diaz variant. So a lot of good cool covers here. A lot of good cool covers. And I wish Batwoman the best. I hope sometimes I open this just to get a little dopamine hit. Who's already got her as their logo. Okay, so it's clearly a Batwoman thing here. Okay. All right, so this is one of those deals where I'm gonna go into the mainstream books just a wee bit. Exquisite Corpses number 11. That's I think that's a 13-issue series. So that's coming up. We all know about that. And what else? This is the one. Okay. Deathstroke the Terminator. Now, I don't know a lot about Deathstroke. I mean, you DC people probably know way more than I do. So to me, Batman is my DC person, and whoever pops up in this book. So I will need to be educated on Deathstroke a lot more. Hopefully, this issue will do that for me. The world's deadliest assassin hits the next level with Tony Fleecs. Tony Fleecs is who's known from Stray Dogs and other stuff from Feral. Tony Fleecs and Carmine. I've been practicing this name here. I hope I get it right. Carmine Di Okay. Carmine Di Giandomenico. Carmine Di Giandomenico. And I probably still mess it up. I apologize. Soldier turned superhuman assassin for hire, Slade Wilson has made hundreds of enemies in his day, and now one of them is taking his world apart piece by piece. The hit is out on Deathstroke as he evolves into his purest form, a Terminator out for revenge and ready to kill anyone who stands in his way. Prepare for brutal violence with over-the-top action and intrigue from the twisted mind of writer Tony Fleecs, with post-pounding art by Carmine, as I mentioned before. And DC's contract-killing boogeyman is back and bloodier than ever. Apparently that's saying something. So, okay. All right. Deathstroke, Slade Wilson. I guess Deathstroke has one eye as a story behind it, I guess, but I don't know that story. And here's the Dan Panozin B cover, which is always nice. Dan Panozin, one of my, it's almost like the Magneto putting on the helmet kind of a pose. And then there's Ku Young cover C. Just a red carpet of blood for Deathstroke. And here's the Jorge Corona version. So Jorge Corona is doing a lot of covers that I wanna own. That's just I love that style. So there's Deathstroke for all you Deathstroke fans out there. I know you're out there. And what else we got coming up next? Deathstroke coming down the list here. Well, I think End of Life. The next thing I want to take a look at here. End of Life number 2. We talked about number 1. I think number 1 was on last week's What's Good. The hard-hitting new series from Kyle Starks and Stephen Pugh. Okay, so maybe hiding out in this podunk town with his sick father, estranged ex, and nauseatingly pleasant townsfolk was a bad idea. You think? The first place they would look, right? But Eddie Stallion is his name, is what they call him. Eddie Stallion has a plan to make things right. If he can just give back what he stole from the Raymond, no harm, no foul, right? everything's forgiven. His accomplices, not the murder brothers. Not the murder brothers. Will help him out, right? Wrong. Very wrong. He's a fool to trust anyone that goes by the name the Murder Brothers. All right, so Tyler Boss does a variant here for this book. This is a funny book by Kyle Starks, and he does funny very well, and he's mixing that funny with with action and killing and shit like that. This is Tyler Boss, and then there's one from Jeffrey Spokes. You get 3 of those because this guy. You want to stand out. Maybe not. You might want to wear a disguise and not wear your normal bright red outfit, like you're the lead singer of a band or something. But that's just me. I don't know. All right, so coming on down the list here to the next one, which is where is it? Oh, there it is right there. Super Creep Show. Oh, didn't mean to do that, but well, forget it. All right, Super Creep Show. Earth's mightiest superhero horror series assembles. The most star-studded superhero epic of the year begins with a pair of skin-crawling stories. First up, superhero comic icon Kieran Gillen, Young Avengers, Darth Vader, and Rossi Guilford deliver a terrifying story that will have your spider sense tingling. Then Eisner Award-winning creators Ryan North and Derek Charm make the chase that super speed in the most horrific power of all. Make the case that super speed is the most horrifying power of all. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Super speed, I guess so. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with somebody else recently about how super speed might not be possible. Yeah, well, there's some hair magically swirling around. So, well, that I can forgive, but the whole shoes thing, I just can't. Come on, you gotta be practical when you're climbing buildings, man. Your life may depend on it. You want to be wearing at least I was cute. I fell to my death, but I was cute. So there you go. Super Creep Show, which I think is kind of cool. I love the not ASM, but Amazing Fantasy 1 homage cover here. Hasn't been overused a whole lot. Not really. Oh, this is my guy again. This is cover B by the guy whose name I can't pronounce. I'm not gonna try it again. Not gonna do it. All right, Super Creep Show. But the man with the unpronounceable name is a very good artist. Forgive me for butchering your name, sir. Derek Charm. What a cool name, Derek Charm. And he's an amazing artist too. Look at that. That's just so bright. I love that. $3.99 book, y'all. $3.99 book. It's worth taking a chance, I think. There's a wraparound die cut cover by Andrea Milana. And the last one we got here is by Rossi Guilford, which is their Invincible cover. Jesus Christ. Well, you're just bathing in blood. That's Invincible is like such a gory comic. Oh yeah. That makes sense too, because it's just, yeah. And Invincible is just all over the place with that violence, man. But I love it. I'm still catching up on it. All right, so that's worth picking up, I think. This is another first you have my curiosity, now you have my attention, yes. Yeah, so that's a lot of anthology books out there right now. This was another one from Image, but I still get that just because of those homage covers. I would get that for that reason, and that reason alone. Now, folks, we've arrived finally. I was a little late getting out, but finally got to that point where there's time for the penultimate book. And here we go. And now it is time for the penultimate book. If I can find it. Oh, here we go. And this week, that book is called, wait for it, Dead Teenagers. This this is I've heard something about this before, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But I'll just read the description anyway, and it'll probably come back to me or not. Anyway, this is from Oni Press. It's written by written by Jude Ellison S. Doyle, and the artist is Caitlin Yarsky. Caitlin Yarsky did this thing a few years ago called Bliss. That's when I was just getting back into the aforementioned after COVID comics thing, and I thought, this is so beautifully illustrated. And I've seen her do some other things since then, but it's nice to see her working on something. And Jude Ellison Doyle has done a lot of good stuff. Among them is Ma. And Ma is dark, but it is, if there's no triggering for you, I think Ma is very well written. There's no escaping high school. Since 1997, 5 friends have been trapped in an ultimate nightmare as a mysterious entity forces them to relive their first prom night over and over again and re-kills them in new and increasingly insane ways each time. They dress up, they party, they make out, and no matter what they try to change, they always die. Until now, something is about to break the cycle that has kept Alicia, JT, Ryder, Brandy, and their group of friends locked in a bizarre purgatory beyond all understanding. But what they find on the other side will be the most disturbing revelation of all. Hell is in the 90s in this brash and brutal, genre-distorting ode to the generation that gave us Scream and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and what's become of them since. As GLAAD Award-nominated writer Jude Ellison S. Doyle, Ma, Be Not Afraid, too, that's another thing that they've done, and hyper-talented artist Caitlin Yarsky, Black Hammer Reborn, that's right, and EC's Cruel Universe, unleashed the year's most clever and compulsively page-turning horror thriller. I can totally believe that. That concept alone just seems kind of crazy to me, and I look forward to it. I know, right? And it's been used before. I looked it up on YouTube to see there was this trailer for it, and there's like another movie called Dead Teenagers, something called Dead. It's not the first time it's been used. Oh, absolutely, man. No, me too. It's got our names written all over it. That's what I'm talking about. And it's a title that will get your attention. Like Something's Killing the Children will get your attention too, but Dead Teenagers are like, whoa, what the fuck? It just kind of makes you pay attention right there. And there's a cover B from Keila Valerio. It's like someone's had a little bit too much to drink. Got the skull and crossbones on the libation there, and the sickle. And here's a Pretty Woman homage from Caitlin Yarsky, the interior artist. This is the kind of art you're going to get on the interior too, because she's amazing. Looks like a Brad Pitt almost. Let's do a young Brad Pitt, Dead Teenagers, with a tentacle about to grab his ass. And there's a 1 in 10 of the A cover. of Naomi Franquez. 1 in 10 Virgin cover, and a 1 in 20 Rose Stein variant, which is kind of cool. Aliens at prom? More likely than you'd think. Yeah, so it's kind of like a teen magazine kind of a riff right there. Yeah. So yeah, I scoped this and thought like, wow, this is like Thomas there. This is definitely something right here. Yeah, Neighbors. She did Neighbors, and she's done. She's Be Not Afraid, which is the most recent thing. Be Not Afraid was, and they're very talented creator too. Doyle is. So this was definitely a must pick for me, and it's definitely a penultimate book that I think will end up on these airways as a review. So that's your penultimate book for this evening. Thank you very much. Now, go back to the countdown. But since I took the wrong route, I got to straighten things out a bit and check out the last book of the night. Yay, the last book of the night. Where are we? Oh, Dead Teenagers right there. White Sky #1 reached the second printing. Devil on My Shoulder. I got to read that #1. I keep hearing that that's very good. It's Kyle Stark's book, but I have not read it. I only have the #1. And what's this? Dork #1, third printing. Ripcord #2. Ripcord #2. Ripcord #1 is about this woman down in Australia, and she's searching for her lost sister. For some reason, she's walking around Australia, big ass Australia, walking around. She didn't get a car, and she's run into all kinds of trouble. She's camping out, and shit happens to her. But I might get #2 just to see if it makes sense after that, because they didn't explain a lot in #1. That's also a Cullen Bunn joint. He's got some other. He's also got. Huh? Oh, okay. He's also got. Well, I'm not. What am I doing? I'm not showing that one. All right, Ripcord #1. She threw me off. No, I wasn't showing you guys the right thing, but whatever. I'm all confused. Where was I? Oh yeah, Ripcord #2. Ripcord #2 is something I got to check out because I don't know what's, There we go. I don't know what she's walking around Australia for with no car and putting herself in harm's way. Roots of Madness #5. I like the storytelling and the art in this because it's all ages without being like too kiddified and not being too adulty for kids. Night City #2. It's just out just in time. I got #1 like a month late, so maybe I'll be if I like #1. If I read it by next week, I'll pick it up then. What else got here? A lot of reprints and such. Oh, here we go. Here's the book I was looking for. Those absolute Batman reprints are all over the place. Okay. Shit. Click. Open a new tab. Here we go. All right. Titan Comics. Rafael Garcia, Henchman #1. I knew a guy that had a book called Henchman years ago, but I guess he never. It was more like a thing where a henchman had it was like a sitcom. The guy was a henchman for a villain, but he also had like a regular life and everything. He was like really pushing it and trying to get it. I don't think this is the same person though. It's definitely a different concept here. This is, as I say, from Titan, and it's the description is like, what if life in a super villain organization was less like a James Bond movie and more like working at Walmart corporate? Rafael Garcia, Henchman, brings the old familiar trope of dark workplace comedy by way of a brand new cinematic superhero universe. From Emmy Award-winning writer Peter Morita and filmmaker David Schrader comes an action comedy. This is an action comedy, so it's not that far off from his original concept that the guy was telling you about. An action comedy that mixes the daily grind of the office with the slacker absurdity of Stripes. If the general in charge was more like Lex Luthor. So there's that. He's like, was he eating a muffin? Yeah. He's eating a muffin and Jesus, where does the muffin end and the eyeballs and blood and shit like that begin? Crazy. All right, so cover art. So this one is Kit Wallace is for the A cover. So he's doing the A cover. Interior artist is Ben Herrera. Now, there's some other covers here. Like this is the B cover here, the Mexic Funk Erosina variant. It looks like it's a different dimension than a modern comic. So it looks like it's almost magazine size. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe this book is magazine size and it's just not registering right now. So I don't know. We'll see. The last one I want to look at here is nope. There's a virgin cover of that Kit Wallace version. We've seen that one. The last one is the one I think I may have ordered because I kind of remember this book in the pre-order book. This is the cover C Dan Mendoza double cover nude variant. So I guess the little booby cover will be gone if you buy this, and you'll be able to see everything. So Henchman #1. Oh, excuse me. Rafael Garcia, Henchman #1. So yeah, there's that. All right. Well, Kit Wallace, he did the yeah, he did, didn't he? He did do the okay. You get that one too. You're a lot easier to sell than some of the folks on here, Thomas. I tell you, that's where you and me are a lot alike as far as that goes. Yeah, he did do that that other cover. So yeah, Kit Wallace does. I like a lot of his art. Some of the stuff he writes is okay, but I like his art more than his writing. Some things he writes is pretty good though. All right, hey buddy, he's all crashed out now. Tired of chewing my wires up. All right, so we finally got this done. After all, who said it wouldn't happen? So that's it. That's everything we got this week. And next week, like I said, Thomas, look forward to you joining. I know, right? Is out. Look forward to you joining me for a countdown. I know it's going to be fun. So, man, appreciate everybody who stopped by, everybody who waited for me to get my shit together, to choke down my hamburger and jump on the screen here. And shout out to those who are watching on the replay and watching wherever you are. From wherever you are, thank you for watching and thank you for not smoking. So, yeah, next week, Thomas is going to be here. Going to have a new batch of books that I've read for What's Good. I'm sure he'll have some stuff he can talk about because he's reading stuff like crazy too, and we're gonna have a good old time. So, man. So until then, take care of yourself and read your comic books and do whatever you want with your comic books because they're actually yours. You can just whatever you want with them. Sell them. You can not read them. You can buy them for your covers only, which is what I do sometimes. But I also do read them. So I just tell you that just be good and be safe and be warm because it's cold out there. At least it is here. So God willing and the creek do not rise. We'll be back again together on next Wednesday to do this thing. So here we go. Peace and love. Peace and love. Good night, everyone.
Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.